from Brookvale Oval. Tonight, the Manly Seagulls take on the Western Suburbs Magpies.
Bill Harrigan is the man in charge of this last match of the Winfield Cup competition. Should I say the last round of Winfield Cup competition, as Scott Hardy comes outside the 20-metre line for the Magpies. They're doing battle with the Eagles here today, and that's the back line for Western Suburbs. Leeds, Anderson, Georgallis, Lidden, Wire, Willis and Taylor. Jason leading Western Suburbs in his last appearance with the club, and there's their forwards. Only one of them, Stephen Kearney, number 10, is a recognised first grader, and that's him with the ball now, going down under that tackle. So Western Suburbs, their ranks totally depleted. More than a full side out injured. Their reserve grade today took the field with bench players from the under-21, from the under-21 unit. This is Ivan Cleary, and he's playing his last game here for Manly this afternoon. He'll join with North Sydney. There's the back line for Manly, with Ryan in the centres in jumper number 40, and Devereaux will push out to the wing. That was the case here the other day when Ryan did come on. The forward line just hasn't changed. Bob Fulton's had a very comfortable time with that set of 6. And Manly now are out on the 20-metre line as Ian Roberts takes it ahead. This will take a very big effort by these young Magpies, many of them from the reserve grade side that are out there this afternoon. And of course the match probably highlighted by the fact that Des Hasler plays his last game at Brookvale today as Cliffy Lyons finds touch 5 metres into Magpie territory. Des Hasler's been a great competitor, tremendous servant for the Manly club. Jason Taylor, captain and feeding that scrum, and he plays his last for the Magpies today. Cut his teeth in junior football with St Gregory's College, and it does seem a shame really that he's leaving the black and whites to go to North Sydney, but he's only trying to improve himself.
Talk about Taylor and Cleary both going to North Sydney. They're both great goal kickers, and you'd think neither of them will get a kick next year, would you, with Darryl Halligan there? Probably he's the best kicker in the game.
Out from dummy half goes young Williams. Taylor just on Chris Williams, the number 9 for the Western Suburbs. Very competent at both half-back and 5'8". He's another of those halves and 5'8s and wingers that have made up into hookers, which is really an insult to the Hookers Union to call them hookers, but they're very good dummy halves.
And when it does here at Brookvale, it makes for very steamy conditions, let me tell you. When it's been raining and all of a sudden the sun comes out on the northern beaches here, and players are starting to sweat, even though we're still in the middle of winter.
Hancock driven into the ground by Jason Lidden. Jones. David Alexander. Dooley threw himself into the defence. Willis wearing number 4 today. Willis normally a winger. Lyons works the short side, gave Ryan a beautiful pass, put it on his chest. Hancock sets his compass for the line, but he's not fast enough, and did he take the corner post? Ball lost over the line, and it'll be a 22 place kick, or 20-metre place kick.
Yeah, beautiful play by the Eagles. A Clippy Lyons special onto Chris Ryan. Away he goes, draws and passes to Hancock. It's a foot race, being chased by Willis, who forces the tackle and the error here. The ball comes up, and the referee has ruled there's a knock on there by Ryan. So it's a nice play by Hancock as he flicked it back inside. But there it is there, little knock on, tried a one-handed pick up, which he had to, Chris Ryan.
Taylor coming from the open, looking to work the blind side. This ground is chopped up a little bit. They had some good rain here in the last couple of days, but I would imagine it's a good rugby league surface. And young Williams knocks on a dummy half. Well, that's bad luck for the kid, but the scrum will go down just a few metres on the Manly side of halfway. Just a tiny knock on.
Well, taking the eyes off the football trick.
Lyons Ryan ran the decoy. Hancock came from the far wing to make the extra man in the back line on the open side. And Danny Moore goes out from dummy half. Manly will play the sudden death semi-final next Sunday against Brisbane. Lions. Face ball. Cross for Ryan. And they're on the halfway mark. St George will play Canterbury next Saturday. And a reminder that we will have the telecast of both those matches for you. Hasler. St George and Canberra. I think I said St George and Canterbury. Intercept taken by Georgallis.
And Manly, they're slipping into a bit of a slipstream here. There's another mistake by West, but Manly are playing at Western Suburbs level. And Fulton wouldn't be happy. They've got to pick up quite a few notches for Bozo's liking.
Lyons gets around Willis, gives Hancock a clear run. There's only Leeds to beat. He's going to do it, is he? Yes, he's over this time. No inquiries required. Hancock, a beautiful ball from Lyons. Manly open their scoring.
And as per usual, a turnover in possession. Manly will always throw the ball straight out. Beautiful long pass by Desi Hasler. And this one here from Lyons draws the winger, and Hancock's running into fresh air and had too much speed for Leeds coming over in cover. Actually a nice in and away, good step there, which held Leeds up just for a fraction of a second, and that's all Hancock needed to get over in the corner.
Cleary just a couple of metres in from that touchline. That's the angle. And in flight looks great. Oh, that's a tremendous conversion. 6-0 in favour of Manly over Western Suburbs. So Taylor restarts, and Cleary has converted the try. And Paul Morton mentioned earlier what an abundance of talent they will have at the Bears next year with those 3 goal kickers, magnificent kickers in the same side. Played by Hancock. Tony Island. O'Donnell scooping it away. I don't think they'll be using these tactics if this match had a higher importance level. There's Hasler playing it now. Captains the Manly side today. Roberts is able to get it away. O'Donnell clears the ruck, gets away from the traffic. Lyons back for Iro. Iro back onto the chest of Ryan. Plenty of passing, not much organisation though. And as a result, they didn't go too far forward. Alexander.
That's better play from me. They've got to settle it down here. They're playing a bit of basketball. Lots of ad-lib football, which they do play, but good runs by Alexander now. Hasler taking it forward. That's better.
Cunningham away from Taylor. He's got Leeds to beat. Here comes Devereaux. Devereaux can't take it. It was an ordinary pass by Cunningham.
It was an ordinary pass, but I'll tell you what, he didn't actually draw the fullback either, AJ. He beat Taylor pointlessly, didn't he? Away he went, but plenty of speed for a short nuggety bloke. And the pass went behind Devereaux. Another chance by Manly has gone missing.
Leeds. Dooley. Manly, if they win this game, they will officially finish 4th in the Premiership, and that's a magnificent effort.
Well, for a side that they lost their former first-grade coach Graham Lowe at the start of the year, and Bob Fulton stepped in, Manly, and it's been a magnificent effort by Bozo and his troops to make the 5. All 3 grades have made the 5 now. Well, there's one in a playoff, the under-21s. Been a good year for them.
Ryan. 9-5. The handling errors, and West's on the worst side of that ledger. Alexander. We rely on him to do one thing, and that is go straight. Hasler. Lyons. Inside pass for Ivan Cleary, but he ran into a real sandwich of a tackle. Now Hasler going to build on a couple of players that have gone dead set straight ahead, and now Western Suburbs are inside the 10. Cleary will come up and take the penalty attempt. This was the wide shot, showing you what Bill Harrigan saw. Cleary now from practically right in front, 22 metres out, and no mistake, so Manly enlarged the lead. 8 points to 0 now. Taylor's kick-off taken by Cleary. Iro is sent back to the defence line. Jason Benge was there to meet him. Jones. Dooley was low. Benge was up the top. Alexander, Affleck and Williams combining to make the tackle. Roberts. Form has been very impressive of late, Ian Roberts. Cunningham. This is the last that came off the feet, no knock on. Cleary waits the kick, grubbing it in behind the Western Suburbs winger and finding the line 10 metres out. Scott Hardy, I note, is packing into the front row. Stephen Kearney in the second row for the Magpies. Dooley, and the penalty goes to Western Suburbs. Manly this time inside the 10.
He's going all right too, Justin Dooley. He hits this ball up very hard, but the Eagles there, I think it's Johnny Jones, never on site. He's the man who's being pinged. Dooley, another former Eastern Suburbs player who's found a home at West, and he's had a fairly good year, a good learning year, and he's played quite a deal of first-grade footy, I think, this year, especially the latter part of the season.
Here's Hardy. Benge. Taylor. Williams almost coughing it up. Georgallis turning it inside. Darren Willis out and away from the would-be tackle of Ian Roberts. He's brought down 30 metres out from the Manly line. 8-0 in favour of Manly, just the one try to them so far. Kearney trying to punch a hole up the centre. This is the last. Williams scurries into dummy half. Taylor goes to the air. They're all onside, the Magpies. Cleary comes in. The ball seemed to come off the head of a Magpie player. Hasler promotes it wide for Lions. Devereaux tries to make the bust. He's brought down just inside his own 20-metre line. And now Hancock comes around from the left wing to take the first play on the far side of the ground for him. Played by Danny Moore. Hasler. Lions. They stretch it wide. Iro dummied inside. Ryan, he's got the ball tucked in behind him. Now he's got it into the right position. Picked up by Hancock, given to Hasler. Hasler uses Lions. He comes back to the centre of the ground, picks up Alexander. He turns the pass over high and wide for Cunningham. Inside for Danny Moore. Now Jones, touch football, the order of the day. O'Donnell away for Roberts. Roberts tries to bust them up the centre. Down for Lyons and then Hasler now for Cleary. It's with Iro, back for Ryan. Ryan reaches the 40-metre line. They get it away. Cliffy Lyons turns it back and Tony Iro's with the ball. How many sets of hands has it gone through? Hasler takes the tackle, stands and offloads. Jones is wrapped up by Georgallis and eventually put away.
Oh, magnificent football. They didn't go very far, but you take a breath, Rabs, you're right.
Did I go blue?
Oh, fair dinkum.
Cleary now. Lyons inside the 30-metre line. Wide ball for Hancock. Inside for Lyons. Now for Chrissy Ryan. Ryan pulled down 2 metres from the line.
Dooley saved it.
Cliff Lyons cuts out Hasler. Jones now for Iro, and the big fella's there. Manly get their second try.
There's a good try to the Eagles. The West defence was hanging on, but in the end, too much skill and power by the Eagles. Nice little short ball there by Jones onto Iro. The second row is combining. one of the West defenders here, number 2, just goes up and takes no one there. David Anderson, very poor play by him. But the Eagles, they're on fire here.
Practically right in front. 114 for the season. Now it's 116. And Manly go further in front, 14 points to 0. This is how they went there. Cliff Lyons, Jones, then Iro, and the big bloke was unstoppable. Devereaux. It's going to be a magnificent game next weekend between this team from Brookvale and Brisbane. Lyons for Ryan. Ryan's over the halfway. Hancock is away. Chased by Russell Wire, who won't catch him, and Hancock gets number 2. Manly's third. No, he's ruled no try.
Well, what's happened here? Interesting ruling. Ruled that he's been held up, has he?
I think he's ruled that he was...
Didn't ground the ball. Here is
Didn't ground the
Hancock.
ball. Let's watch it.
Wire's got him. Now he hasn't grounded. That's a magnificent piece of play by Russell Wire. Look how he got his hand in there in the play. This will be a better view. Look at Wire. He's actually covered the football, and Hancock can't put it down.
Great play by Russell Wire. If this happened in the far corner, the camera's right in on top of it. Great defence by Russ Wire. But now Manly start to launch another attack. They were denied a few seconds ago. Western Suburbs trying to pick up their numbers, marking up. Hasler away wide for Cliff Lyons. Then Ryan, now Hancock. Tries to step around his opposite number.
Forward pass, Rabs. The last pass ruled forward there to Hancock. Isn't he getting some work this afternoon? This last pass here from Chris Ryan. It's gone forward.
Andrew Willis. He's talking to Les Boyd on the occasion of one of our State of Origins about this boy, Andrew Willis. And Les has got a huge rap on him, but mainly in around the half 5/8 area. It's where he played most of his 21s football for Wests. Kearney now, 30 metres out from his own line, from Williams away for Lidden to turn back and away for Taylor, and around the back it's Darren Willis with the ball. We haven't seen a lot of Western Suburbs on television this year. We saw them early on. Taylor's passes forward. And Harrigan is going to order the turnover. Why there's not a penalty given there is beyond me. The ball has been deliberately thrown forward.
Well, do you think it was deliberate? I think the wind took it, right?
He's too accurate to plead innocence. It's just a rule that they don't use very often, that's all. Lions. Cleary's on a charge. There was no fullback. Cleary and Anderson, a great race for the ball. It's over the dead ball line. Good thinking by Mann.
Yeah, nice tactics there by Cliffy Lyons. Ever thinking, ever present. Saw there was no one at home. Put the, not a little one, put the speculator into the in goal, and the ball beat both of those players. This will be a 20-metre tap for the Western Suburbs club.
Beautiful rainbow has formed its way over Brookvale. I wonder, is there a pot of gold at the end of it for this club? Williams getting out from dummy half and doing the job well. Gain of about 10 metres. He was just about to play that forward, and here's Anderson now. He's got a lot of toe. Big Hardy's supporting him on the inside. This is a great performance by the front rower, even if he doesn't make a try of it, which he doesn't. But he contested the play to the end. Half-time siren has sounded. Manly leading Western Suburbs 14 points to 0. We'll take a break and be back with the second half highlights in just a minute. Jason Taylor gets us underway for the second half of the action out of Brookvale Oval. Manly losing the ball on the first tackle of the second half. David Anderson is now Playing it just on the Manly 20-metre line. Dooley takes it ahead. Scott Hardy. 8 metres out from the line, a real chance for Western Suburbs early in the second half. Taylor fires the long ball for Lidden. Straight ahead, Georgallis. Leeds now to play it. Centre at the ground. Taylor comes back to the right, finds Stephen Kearney. Kearney throws away one of the defenders, then it goes from Williams to Hardy. From the knees, it's gone to Leeds. Wire picks it up and loses it. So does Manly. He'll play the first knock on. Manly will have the head and the feed.
And some enterprising footy there from Wests, throwing the ball around, but no one wanted to go forward. Some of these passes went to ground, a bit dicey, and the final one knocked on there by Russell Wire.
John Jones has been ordered to the blood bin. So the mule, David Hoskins, goes on as a replacement in first grade, his last match at Brookvale. Hancock. Iro. Cunningham. Swivelling out of the tackle from Lidden. O'Donnell heard the call on the inside from Hosking. That brings a big roar from the crowd as David Hosking was given a tremendous ovation as he completed his reserve grade duties. Now a chance to impress the first grade supporters as well. Devereaux. Hasler. Lyons, short pass for Iro. Promoted out for Chris Ryan. Tackle from behind by Jason Benge. This is the last. Manly with Cliff Lyons brewing up to something. Cleary drops it onto the foot. And again, it's still play on. This will be a try. That's a try, all right. Make no mistake about it. Ivan Cleary sends Manly to an 18-0 lead.
And he persisted and persisted in this, Ivan Cleary. Fifth tackle, Lyons decided to run the football back to Cleary. Now he's got plenty of work to do. Puts the little one in. West don't even go for the ball. There it is, a bad mistake made by Andrew Leeds. The ball on the ground, and Cleary just kept chasing and chasing, and gets the 4 points to finish off with. Well done by Cleary. And Manly, things are looking ominous now for the Magpies.
Goes to the Bears next year, as does Jason Taylor. And that will give North Sydney certainly the number 1 and number 2 point scorers in the league, and this kid with 120 would have to be in the top 3 or 4 himself. Converted by Ivan Cleary, so he adds in fact 6 points to the Manly total. They lead 20 points to 0, and this is called perseverance. And that's how Manly got to this lead early in the second half. Taylor's kick. Cunningham trying to bust through. Tony Iro. Ryan. And by Darren Willis. Hosking. You've got a replacement out there in jumper number 15. It's Richard Carews. And Alexander is the player off for Manly. Lyons. That is Carews now, and that's the turnover. 30 metres out from the Western Suburbs line. Andrew Leeds. Taylor. Nobody wants to go forward. This is Dooley. through one feeble attempt at tackle, but Hosking was able to pull him down. That was a good effort by David Hosking. Taylor. Kearney. Taylor. Andrew Willis. Scott Hardy. Pass was forward, I felt. Inside the 20-metre line. Oh, Jason Benz. He'll get a try in his first grade game. That was a great piece of work there by the young Magpies. All 21s last year. Andrew Willis initially works off Jason Taylor there. Pass looked a shade forward to Scott Hardy, and then he turned it back inside for Jason Benz.
Yeah, nice work by Hardy. He's been West's most dangerous player out wide. On that occasion, he made the bust with a pretty ordinary tackle there by Cliffy, and inside ball to bench. Good reward for him. He's worked fairly hard as well.
That statistic suggests that Jason Benz has played in the top grade before. That's his second try for the year, converted by Jason Taylor. And 20 points to 6 in favour of Manly. David Hosking comes from the field as John Jones resumes. And that's come off the hand of Scott Hardy. This will be a line dropout. Off the hand or not, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, bad luck for Hardy. Got the unfortunate bounce there. I'll tell you what, he's a likely-looking prospect. He's a player that if you get some work into him in the off-season, get him fit, he still looks like he's only half fit to me. Get him fit and he'll be a really good strike player for West next year.
On there by Danny Moore. Harrigan's going to put the scrum down 40 metres out from the western suburbs line. Danny Moore inquires of the referee, "What's wrong, sir?" There it is, right there. Lidden. Ridden into the ground by Cliffy Lyons. Georgallis. Kearney. Andrew Willis. Dooley. Williams. Cleary cross to cover it up.
That's as good as a kick as he'd want in that situation. Nice play by Williams from the dummy half area and finish it off with a good chase. To put Manly under a bit of pressure now in their own in the 10-metre zone, that's good enterprising play by the youngster.
Danny Moore. Viewers around Australia are advised to check your local guides regarding next weekend's telecast times, both Saturday and Sunday, for the simple reason that many of you are taking the matches live outside of Sydney. Lyons across for Iro. Ryan has been busy out in the centres today. 5 gone. Cliff Lyons running it just a few paces before he gives it to Hasler. Then the ball goes to ground, but it's a penalty to Manly against West for getting offside. Taylor says, how can that be?
I
don't know that it was offside rather than holding.
Yeah, it looks like he's got him for holding more than anything. As Desi makes a half break, Cliffy backs up on the inside. But just back there was an incident where Willis knocked down one of the Manly players who was trying to support, and that's what he's got him for.
3-2 the penalties to Manly as Cleary finds the line 15 metres away from the western suburbs goal line. And Big Roberts, they've almost been unable to put him down through the game. Jones held by Hardy and Williams. 5 metres out from the western suburbs line. O'Donnell lets a decoy go to the blind before he sends Cunningham ahead. O'Donnell can't take it. Willis has got it. Taylor, in fact. Leeds brings it away, takes the tackle and finds Willis. Darren, 10 metres out from west line.
This has been sloppy play by Manly. Bozo won't be happy with this effort because they've had more scoring opportunities and bombed just about all of them. They've scored 3 tries sure, but here's another one where the pass goes astray. Now, O'Donnell catches that, he's under the sticks.
Another case in point of Manly having the opposition shot to bits, and they just can't put the cream on the cake.
Well, how many times have we seen it? I reckon if they'd have scored every try they've set up this year, they would have scored 1,000 points as Kearney breaks through.
Andrew Willis's pass was a beauty for Stephen Kearney. Taylor. Georgallis turning it back. It's bouncing around for Affleck to scoop it up. 5 gone for the Magpies. In fact, the end of 6 and the turnover. Just back on that very question you asked me, Paul, about Manly. Supposing they scored all the tries that they sought, they almost had sealed, signed, sealed and delivered, they would have been minor premiers.
Well, that's right. There's been games this year that they've lost. I can remember East on a Friday night here. They should have won by 20. They got beaten 6-0.
Parramatta.
And, you know, they would have been minor premiers.
I suppose most clubs could say that about themselves.
That's footy. That's rugby league.
But Manly, that is very true. And to their credit, Bozo Fulton has never made an excuse of it. Jones, Danny Moore. Hancock's performance today has been very busy. Hasler, Lyons, Devereaux's coming off the inside. It's out wide for Cleary. Cleary heard a voice. It was Cliffy Lyons. Lyons back for Cunningham. Cunningham away, and Hancock goes in this time. Nobody's taking it off him either.
Well, you talked about him being very busy. There he was. I'm pretty sure he just about played that football then to set up that try, and he scored it. He did. He played the football. Now watch him at the bottom of his screen there. He just backs up Lyons. A nice pass out to Cleary, but gets into the open. That's a good ball into Cliffy Lyons. Hancock backing up the inside, runs onto the Carews pass, and that'll wrap it up for the Eagles.
Cleary's kick for conversion is successful. 26 points to 6, Manly over Western Suburbs. Devereaux. Cunningham. Friday night, don't forget, Wally Lewis celebrity match. Sterlo and myself will be doing the commentary, and Fatty and Gino are playing, and there'll be microphone for sound. So it'll be a fun night on Friday. Saturday, major preliminary semi-final, St George and Canberra. And yes, we will be covering that game with the full match replay. And on Sunday, Manly and Brisbane, the sudden death knockout semi-final. Check your local guides, though, because some of those matches will be going live into interstate areas. Devereaux loses the ball. I thought it was raked out by the Magpies. Let's have a look at that. See, in fact, if it was raked out by the Western Suburbs player, Benj, it was. And so it really should have been a knock-on against Wests. More than that, it could have been a penalty. I'm not sure where that player that picked it up came from. He might have been offside. Williams out from dummy half. David Hosking is back on. Ian Roberts is off. He's been given an early shower by Bob Fulton. He's worked hard, Ian Roberts, today. Fulton's not prepared to risk him any further. Devereaux's come off. Scott Fulton has gone on in 22.
Dave O'Donnell also coming off. So replacements galore. Mealy got the game won.
Andrew Willis.
There's another kid gone on here in number 17 called Peter Clark. My word, he can play the game. He scored 3 or 4 tries in second grade for Manly. If he gets in the clear, they won't see which way he went.
That's him there. Peter Clark. Mark Affleck. Jason Benj has put it down. Pass went forward anyway. Have you done much work in preparation for next Friday night, Paul? On the midsection?
No.
What about the head section?
No. Very unprepared. I mean, last year I was super fit, super keen. Just let myself go a bit this year, eh? But no doubt I'll still turn in a quality performance.
Sam Bacco is one of the luminaries that'll be playing.
Well, I'll be running next to him all night. He'll make me look very fit.
If you run next to Sam, we won't see much of you. Mark Ella, Glenn Ella.
Simon O'Donnell is having a run.
That's all. Be a cameo appearance by Simon as Williams goes away. Over the 20-metre line, Hardy supports and puts it down. (26-6). What Richie could do with that one. 26-6. 15-16, the handling errors. Climbing. This is Peter Clark. Lions.
Also, this is about the Western Suburbs pack. They're a bunch of Nevilles, you know, Benji, Dooley, Hardy. They've lost nothing compared to their more illustrious Manly counterparts. They've kept trying very, very hard right to the end. And Scott Hardy's just about being the best player on the field. He's made a few mistakes, surely, but he's been there trying and trying very hard. As Clippy Lyons weaves some magic onto Ryan.
Hardy makes the tackle. Yes, I suppose his mistake rate has been high, but he's been there or thereabouts and getting involved. And if you're involved, then obviously you're going to make more mistakes than the bloke that's not. Cleary punching it down towards Andrew Leeds. Just looking through this Magpies team, Andrew Leeds, he must feel like a grandfather out there. Taylor. Good work by Mark Affleck.
Just look at the referee, Ray Bill Harrigan. He's had a pretty good game today. Do you see him as the number 1 ref still?
No, I don't, to be honest with you. I think that Greg McCallum's got the front running, and he's going to have to do something wrong, Greg McCallum, to lose the grand final. I think Harrigan will probably be the reserve grade ref for the big series, and don't be surprised if David Manson finishes up with the President's Cup. I know that they hold him very highly.
Well, there's a few big games coming up, the pressure games, the semi-finals. That's where the referees really come out. As Taylor goes wide through Georgallis. The ball went forward anyway. And Haslett back on to Cleary. Now Manly decide to throw it around through Danny Moore.
Jerome Lane is out there for West, and so too is the man making the tackle, Asiri Lang. I'm not sure where he comes from, Asiri Lang. There he is, coloured boy. Peter Clark. Jones. God, he's got some work to do before next Sunday, haven't they?
I'll tell you what, they've won the match 26-6, but this has been a fairly substandard display by the Eagles. You know, leading into a pressure game such as the semi-final next weekend against Brisbane. They're not going to be happy, know Jeff Turvey was missing, and he may or may not play next week. But they've got plenty of work to do.
Willis. Asiri Lang. This is Jerome Lane. And a penalty goes to the Magpies.
Stadium, North Sydney 36, South 16.
Dying minutes of the game. Affleck. Hosking involved in that tackle. He's linking up with Hull KR. Kearney and Taylor put it together. Taylor almost able to escape the clutches of Manly's lock forward, Owen Cunningham. Stephen Kearney, young and very strong, big future in front of him. Taylor. 4 tries to 1. And Williams goes in to make it 4 tries to 2. 26 to 10. He's been very good in what he's done today, Chris Williams. Very fleet of foot. And he picks up a try here. Chris Williams out and away from dummy half. 26 to 10, kick to come. This is how it looked on the ground level cameras. Chris Williams picks up a try. 3rd try of the year. He's had a few runs in the first grade since Jason Alchin was injured. And he's picked up a few tries. 5/8 or halfback with the reserve grade earlier on. Jason Taylor. 4th highest point scorer for the year. He converts the Chris Williams try. So 26 points to 12. Manly over the Magpies. And with the siren in the background, that is the final score. Manly 26, Western Suburbs 12. Man of the match, Craig Hancock, who had a tremendous game out there on the wing for Manly today. $1,000 richer through the courtesy of MMI Insurance. And now to the other scores around the Winfield Cup today. Newcastle defeated Illawarra, Parramatta defeated Balmain, and North Sydney defeated South Sydney. The footy tab picked the score $91.95, picked the winners $87.50, and picked the margins a whopping $18,662.90. Well, the points table finished that way after 22 rounds of the Winfield Cup. Canterbury on points for and against the minor premiers. St George, Canberra, Manly and Brisbane. And, of course, that takes us to next weekend and what you're going to see on Friday night. The Celebrity Challenge, the Wally Lewis Celebrity, will telecast that from 8:30 with many of the very famous names of rugby league going around. And then on Saturday, you'll see in Sydney from 8:30 the full replay of St George and Canberra. But check your guides in other centres because many of you will see it live. And then on Sunday, it's the Eagles of Manly up against the Broncos of Brisbane in what will be a truly good game. And the replay, please note, in Sydney and Brisbane starting at 5:30 through the semi-finals. Well, on behalf of Paul Vaughton today and the 9 crew from Brookvale, it's been exit for Des Hasler and exit for us until we join you again next Friday night.
Sunday Night Football.